good people, welcome back to Memory Bites and another pickup video. It's been about 2 weeks since I've done a pickup video and the shops have been good. The charity shops have been pretty well stocked. Got a few things to show you today. I've got some books, I've got some movies, comics, even picked up another retro toy for my collection, and of course I've got some games as well. So may as well start with the retro toy. Why not? I did a video on G1 Transformers, and in a charity shop I found this guy. He was in car mode. He was in a big box full of kids' toys. Saw the Autobot sign, picked it up, had a look, and it turned out to be a G1 Transformer. So pick that up. I've got some DVDs. These ones are actually from my little bro, Bob. He was a big fan of Avatar, Last Airbender, and he loved the follow-up show, The Legend of Korra. Anyway, he got himself some DVDs, and then later on he got the whole big box set, so he gave me his spare DVDs. I've never seen them. I've never seen this series. So it'll be interesting. Really enjoyed the Aang's one. It was great. Avatar, get it right. So looking forward to watching them. Another DVD I picked up. Didn't actually have. Now normally I collect all the superhero movies. Didn't have this on my collection. Seen it before. I actually saw this at the cinema, which is pretty good. Couldn't stop laughing at it. It was hilarious. But yeah, really good. Enjoyed that. Happy to have that in the collection. I'll give that a watch when the kids are in bed, not one to watch in front of the kids. Okay, got some books as well. Now, as a teenager, I love to read, but there's only ever two kind of books that I like to read. The first one was the adventure game books, which I mentioned in other videos before, and the other was horror stories, but not just any horror stories. There has to be a particular series, a set of books called the Point Horror books. And I had loads of these. Now these were all by different authors. But one of them was R.L. Stine, who of course wrote Goosebumps. But he did a load of stories for the Point Horror series as well. And going through a few charity shops over the last few weeks, I found a couple. The ones I found, and don't have, is The Mummy by, get it right, Barbara Steiner. And that is what I look for. That logo, the Point Horror logo. If I see that on the bookshelf, I pick it out, and I know by the picture if I've read it or not, because it was always the picture on the front that attracted me to the story. Then of course you read the blurb at the back, and it's 9 times out of 10 they're really, really good. Not read that one yet, so that'll be on to read, especially with Halloween coming up next couple of months. And speaking of Halloween, Halloween Night by R.L. Stine. Love the R.L. Stine books. Although I've never actually read any of the Goosebumps books. Not really them. But his Point Horror stuff is fantastic. And around the same time, this is late 80s, early 90s, he released a set of books called the Fair Street stories, which were great as well. And I mentioned the game books, the adventure game books. As a kid, I always loved the ones that had the green spine on them. I actually found a couple that I don't have, which is really unusual. But I found Freeway Fighter, and you see there's the green spine. Really vivid green spine. So you spot them straight away. And again, I can usually tell by the front cover if I have them or not. But I've not seen that, not read this one yet, so that should be good. And this is one I've wanted for a while. I've always seen the pictures of it. Space Assassin. Because on the front, inside the front covers, you always see what else is available. And I often see the picture of it on those. I've never had a chance to read it, so I'm really happy I've got that one. That should be good to do. Okay, and the last book I picked up is actually an annual. A Transformers annual. Now I'm not sure how annuals work in the US. I think they're about the same size as a comic, but they're thicker, and you get a couple a year. I think that's how they work, but I could be wrong. But annuals in the UK are usually out around Christmas time. They're usually only out once a year. They're always in hardback. And there's loads of different characters to choose. You can get them from any character. So as a kid, we always used to get an annual every Christmas off, usually an aunt or an uncle that you maybe saw once or twice throughout the year, who didn't really know what you liked, and they might have heard somewhere that you were into something, so they got you it. Now, I've never had this one, but they were just basically comics, really. Just comics with, yeah, it's just stories and comics. Sometimes they had games and puzzles inside. But yeah. And this one is from, get it right, 1986. So this might actually have been the first Transformers annual. But yeah, good to have in the collection. Good for the Transformer collection. Got a couple of comics from eBay as well. Got Spider-Man Classics number 1 and 2. Now these are from 1993, which is when I really started getting into my comic collection. And I got into these ones specifically because they're the early comics, they're reprints of the 60s Spider-Man, because I never read them before. And I started collecting them from issue 3, so I've never actually got these. And these are great. They're literally just reprints of the very early Spider-Man stories. That's all they are. And I love these early comics, they're fantastic. But these old comics in particular, ones from the 90s, I've got something else which I really like. Flip through these and you'll find, oh there we go, advertisements for games. And it's just fun looking at the old adverts for the old games. That one's for Batman Returns. Might be the Mega Drive, Genesis version, I think. Yeah. But yeah, good to have them. I'm now only one away from a complete collection of the Spider-Man Classic series. I think they only released 16 in total, could be wrong. But yeah, only one away from a complete set of them. I don't think they're particularly rare or particularly valuable, but I love those 60s stories. So it'd be nice to have a full set, you know. Okay, games. Yes, onto the games. So I picked a couple up for the kids, as I always do. I can never go game hunting without picking something up for the kids. A few weeks ago I picked up a big bundle of SingStar games for the kids, which they absolutely love and have been absolutely driving me crazy on. So I picked up another one for the collection at a very extortionate price. Look at that. Don't want to pay too much for it, let's face it. Get up there. Stand up. And picked them up a Wii game, a Cookie Mama. So they can do some cooking in midair with the Wii controller. A couple for my DS. I do like collecting for the DS. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. Get your words out, Mark. Thief. Yeah, I really enjoyed the book. The film was okay. This is probably based on the film. But the Percy Jackson books are fantastic. So that, give it a go. And again, I love turtle games most of the time. But hoping this one is good. Turtles. Okay, now I went to the Entertainment Exchange, CX, if you want to call it. And I picked up a load of really cheap games. Now whether cheap means bad, I don't know. But these are games I've never heard of most of them. But give them a go. Like I say, I don't like spending a lot of money on games. If I can afford, you know, I'd rather get lots for the same amount of money I would get one. So rather than pay £5 for one, I'd rather get several for that money. Besides, I can always exchange them if I don't like them. So, Prince of Persia, which I've played before actually. My brother had this one and I really like this. He said the later games are a bit better, but I remember that one being quite good. And the rest are Xbox 360 games. Got Child of Eden again. Not expensive at all, less than £1. And this one looks really interesting. It looks like a extra sensory kind of game. Never heard of it. Actually, I think I might have heard of it on a hidden gem video. I think I don't. Could have been another one. But give it a go. 50p. Now, I've never played any Alone in the Dark games. Didn't have any for the PlayStation, or certainly didn't have a PC. So this was £1. Did I pay too much? I don't know. But it looks survival horror-ish, which is my favourite type of game. So why not? Bionic Commando, which I have heard of, but it was the NES version that I've heard of. To be honest, I didn't even know they did a version for the Xbox 360. So, could be good, could be bad. We'll find out. Homefront, 75p. This looks very Call of Duty-ish, which is a game I've never played either. But hey, give it a go for 75p. And the last one, which does look really good, Fair 2. Project Origin. £1.50. This does look like a really good survival horror. Just show you the back. Again, a freaky guy at the back there. Not played Fair 1. This looks really good. Good. Anything with an 18 title is usually full of blood and guts and atmosphere. Let's hope. Yeah, give that a go. Why not? And that was my pickups for the last couple of weeks. Thank you very much for watching. I do try and get as much as I can. I go to charity shops as often as I can. Sometimes there's nothing there. Sometimes there's loads of stuff there. It's just the luck of the draw, I guess. So hopefully I'll be back in a few weeks' time with more pickups to share with you. Until then, thank you very much for checking out my channel. And I'll see you soon. Bye.